It's a concept that challenges our understanding of the world and raises questions about the very ground beneath our feet. Are we truly living on a spherical planet? As centuries of scientific evidence suggests? Or could there be more to this story? Now, before you scoff and dismiss this as an outdated and debunked theory, let's take a moment to step into the shoes of those who believe that the Earth isn't the spherical marvel we've come to know and accept. Join us as we embark on a journey to unravel the mysteries and beliefs surrounding the theory that the Earth is flat. So buckle up, listeners. This one's a doozy. We're diving into the flat Earth theory.
We're going squatching.
We're going squatching, bitches. And welcome back, you awesome people, to Don't Touch My Sasquatch podcast. We're your host. My name is Joshua, or Josh.
I continue to be Lennon. Crackpots.
This one, hey, as I said in our, lead into final thoughts, you're probably going to know our thoughts already. So,
oh yeah.
Our final thoughts are going to be just like, yeah, you know what we think.
I'm sure that your notes are going to be like mine, but they are laced heavily with criticism.
I tried not to, as best I could, but there's a couple points. I've already screenshot one of them. I edited that one, so it wasn't so mean.
Oh, it's classic.
But that's my lead into final thoughts, I think it was. Anyways, enough talk about the future. Let's talk about the history.
Oh, beautiful lead in.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to build a pyramid, paint some paintings, and start a revolution. Get ready for Lennon's History Corner.
I didn't know if you were going to remember, so I just yelled
I'm
mute.
on the fucking money.
I just yelled mute to you.
On the money with that shit.
Yeah, you didn't mute me in the opening at all.
Never. I've never done that in my life. You know what I mean?
The video people won't see it, but
yeah. He's having a fit.
It's the demon. He's finally coming out.
He's coming back.
Yeah.
We gotta
Did you
talk
say
about your
demon? Oh, I don't know.
I mean, you can do it on here or off here, but I would like to hear the audio and the story. But you do what you do. You do you.
Well, you can't hear the audio. I didn't record it. It's just the app.
Oh,
yeah. And the app is an app, so I don't know how much to trust it. Type of deal.
I got you. Yeah.
I want to actually buy a. How you doing? I want to actually buy a
spare box.
I actually looked at one. I'm gonna probably purchase it. Purchase it so it comes before I leave, and then move out in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, folks. 2 weeks. Well, actually, it'll probably be about 3 or 4 weeks before the studio's up and running. But how you doing? We already said how you doing. Stop honking your horn. Yeah, that'll be exciting. But as for what Lennon's talking about, I had an app. It's called the Necrophonic or something like that.
It's borderline something really bad.
Yeah, and not necrophilia, man. Calm down.
I wasn't excited. I was nervous.
So it has the spirit box, which again, for those who don't know or haven't heard us talk about it, it's where it just cycles through channels. But this one, I don't think is cycling through any channels, static channels. It's just kind of random. It also has one where it says words, like just fucking random words are spitting out left, right, and center. So what it did, I said, is anybody here? And I heard demon. And I said, did you say demon? And I heard yes. It's an app. I don't know how much to trust that.
Yeah.
So I just throw that out.
Yeah.
Just like the balls of light that you hate that I throw out. Yeah. That happen, weekly basis, not daily, but once a week, sometimes twice a week. Yeah.
Beautiful.
But that's it. That's the story. There really is. I got to get a real spirit box, and then it'll be different.
Yeah.
Different.
Roger that.
I amplified that again. How my eyes look today? Yep. Yep.
Well, we didn't come from a crying fest.
We didn't come from a crying fest, but I also just woke up like an hour ago. Put my contacts in, brand new contacts, and they were fucking burning like shit when I put them in.
They were beautiful contacts.
The best contact. I can't do his voice, but you're beautiful. The best contacts. Anyways.
Good. Good.
Enough with that. That was terrible, but thank you. Enough with that. I did a beautiful lead in, then we got onto a tangent again.
It was a beautiful lead in. I fucked it.
You did fuck it. You did good.
All right. Well, we're going to not hit the button again.
Redo.
So the idea of a flat Earth is not a new concept, but it is one that has been widely regarded as false for much longer than people believe. In ancient times, as with everything, different cultures had different legends to explain the natural world around them. And for some, this included that the Earth was a flat land with the sun and the moon traveling above it cyclically.
It doesn't make sense to me.
But this idea was widely regarded as false for longer back than some might realize. People have heard legends of history, such as Columbus sailing his legendary voyages to prove the Earth's shape, which is untrue, as people had widely believed the spherical model to be accepted in common knowledge since as early as the 35th century.
35th century?
Do some quick adjustment.
Damn.
Since as early,
fucking future.
Since as early as the 3rd century.
Wait, what
BC.
century are we in right now? 45th?
48th.
48th. All right.
Very close. About 7,000 years off.
30. Sorry. I don't know why that got you that.
Well, when I typed this section of my notes, it was 4:30 in the morning.
Exactly. That's when Brock woke you up.
Yeah, he did all of that. He jumped on me and said, uppy up.
He said, Brock, no. Oh, my balls.
Uppy,
Okay, I'm
Daddy,
up.
uppy.
I got a poopy. I got a stinky one on deck. All right, boy.
I was going to make use of this time. The main hub of a scientific breakthrough.
Are we doing a song and dance? I just wanted a drink, not a dance. Song and dance. Right. What is the main hub of a scientific breakthrough?
Well, it would help if I spoke that sentence clearly and properly.
Okay, try it.
The main hub of scientific breakthroughs
Boom!
and
Got it.
mathematical discoveries in the ancient world, Rome and Greece were the leaders in the Earth's spherical discovery. But early leaders in the fields of research had varying opinions. Homer believed...
Simpson?
Yep. Homer believed, as many did, that the
Donuts
Earth
had a hole.
was flat, and it had a hole in it.
Nom.
And the moon was the timbit.
Oh, no. I can't do Homer either.
But what? I
And
thought you were about to say something. Homer believed, as many did, that the Earth was flat. The commonplace idea was that the Earth was a flat land that floated in a vast ocean with a domed sky above.
Like last week with exorcism, every time you hear flat today, take a drink.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, side tangent again.
Tied it up.
Many episodes ago.
Yeah.
No more than 5 or 6.
Maybe
I
7.
I did some editing in the bloopers that made it sound like you lived in Target. Do you remember that?
Not really.
I can't remember what it was from. It was like, because you and I had our conversation about where you were moving to.
Oh, okay. I remember that.
And I edited it to say, like, to make it sound like you were saying, do you know where Target is? And I said, yeah. And you're like, okay, then you know where I live. And it's like,
I do
then
remember.
you're like,
Okay, all right.
You're like, it has everything I need. I'm really excited. I worked for like a half hour on that.
I didn't catch that. I'm so sorry.
Don't be. I just got thinking
I mean, it
about
makes sense now that you say it. You know, kind of like when I joked that you're getting pegged.
Oh, fucker.
That was, I don't remember when that was.
I don't
That was within the last 10.
Yeah. These kind of blend together.
All 75 of them.
But
No.
mathematician Pythagoras, however, posited that the sphere model seemed to be the perfect mathematical answer to the problem of our land's design. It's perfect. It's beautiful.
Yeah, thought about Pythagoras theorem.
Yeah.
Hey. I was watching a comedian. I don't remember the fuck his name is. He's a newer one that I haven't seen before.
Okay.
He does Trump.
Shane Gillis.
Yeah.
I love Shane
Oh
Gillis.
my God. I've never seen him before until this week. And he does
Dude, he's amazing.
when they killed Baghdadi or whatever.
Oh, yeah. He died like a dog.
And he just kept torturing him. Or torturing him. Sorry. teasing him, really just sticking the knife in.
Have you seen his special on Netflix?
I haven't.
Okay,
I will
it's
watch
from
it. I
his
definitely want
special.
to, though.
Dude, his special's so fucking funny. We should put it on at Grandma's Lytic because it's so good.
Maybe. Remember, it's football day, so I'd probably be on my computer watching Red Zone because I'm the only family member that likes football. Yeah. I mean, there's a better chance soccer will be on than football.
Well, it's a big game today. Big game.
Big game.
Big things. Big
Couldn't
plays.
be a bigger game.
It's a beautiful game.
It's a beautiful game, and they're gonna lose like dogs. I can't.
I'm
speak
nervous
like
about it. I can't either. So Ryan and I, my brother and I have tried doing impressions.
we know about Ryan. That's okay.
He's been on the podcast.
He not only has he been on the podcast, we've talked about him joining the podcast. For
yeah. But new
I almost said
listeners,
years. We haven't been doing it that long.
New listeners might not know him by name. So my brother and I, we work together and we have tried to do Trump impressions.
Yeah.
And we've come to a realization that for him specifically, it's difficult to do a Trump impression without it just being JFK.
Oh.
And then if you kind of like slow down JFK's mental capabilities, you got a little bit of Trump action there. But so every time
False. You're wrong.
when you see him later, have him do a Trump impression for you, and it literally comes out as pure JFK.
We're gonna go to the moon this day.
He died like a dog. Like that's what Orion does.
It's into a Jersey accent too.
It's so funny. But another cool thing about Pythagoras,
Hold on. All right, we're back on the road.
We're back on the road.
Okay, go ahead.
I just read a thing that actually the Pythagorean theorem, obviously it wasn't called that because it was before him, but they discovered that.
I'm going to make this theorem, and it's going to be called Pythagoras.
They actually discovered, I think it was the Sumerians or the Mesopotamians. They were actually using,
They also died like dogs.
They probably did.
I'm sorry.
They were a beautiful culture.
But faulty. They died like dogs.
It's the episode's gonna be the worst Trump impressions ever heard.
That's exactly what.
But it's not gonna discourage us from trying.
We're gonna keep doing it until we get one that's good.
Yeah. Anyway, they discovered that they were actually using they came up with the theorem before then, and they were using it themselves. So that's kind of cool. Cool stuff. Cool stuff all around.
False. Oh,
False.
That's probably even worse. I'm just gonna shut up.
It's all good. So Pythagoras, however, posited that the sphere model would be the perfect mathematical answer to the problem of our land's design. Then there were the weirdos, ones such as Anaximenes.
Yeah, Steve from accounting again.
Yep,
That guy made his appearance.
he sure did.
Like, hold on. I want to take a second away from the church. Let's talk about the flat Earth.
Actually,
We don't have this in the budget.
This guy's weird. He believed that the Earth was a rectangle.
Okay,
It's not just flat, but it's got 6 flat sides.
6, huh?
Yep.
Well, he's an idiot.
Slight. Although maybe he just thought it was a flat rectangle, like a map. I think he was just looking at a map and he got confused.
It could be.
Could
you know
be.
how these things start, though. One person says they believe it's true, and then it goes on to multiple different sources that they believe it's true, and then someone who knows nothing about anything goes on and sees it. Oh, it's on multiple sources. This must mean there's some credibility to it. Then it just expands, and now we got a weird theory that the Earth is triangular. Wait, that's not this episode? That's just the mice in the attic.
It's a big mouse. I think his name's Brock.
Big mouse. Anyways. Yes? You okay?
By the 5th century, it became common knowledge that this wasn't the case, and we were actually standing on a ball such as the one that passes overhead every night.
Wow. Amazing.
During the
could it be?
During the 5th century, Empedocles and Anaxagoras made an observation in favor of the sphere theory during a lunar eclipse.
It looks round.
They watched the shadow of the Earth pass over the moon and saw the curved edges of the shadow, proving to them that the Earth must indeed be round just like the moon.
Yeah.
Sure did. A few centuries later, in 240 BCE, Eratosthenes sought out to calculate the circumference of the Earth and measure its size. The circumference calculation is done on a spherical object, just to drive the point home to the listeners. He measured the shadows cast from Alexandria and Syene to calculate their angle relative to the sun.
God, you're so good. I would never have gotten that word.
First try. First try. I'm just the best.
Until you listen to bloopers later.
Yeah. Shadows cast from Alexandria and Syene to calculate their angle relative to the sun. At Syene, at midday on the summer solstice, when the sun was directly above, there would be no shadow cast on a sundial.
Zero shadow.
Exactly. But just north in
Not
Alexandria. Huh?
This is not getting any better.
It may. But
Maybe.
Don't let it discourage you.
I thought someone was coming in the door there.
It's probably my rockhead dog running out the door.
Huh?
The old bulldozer.
That's what my nickname is what I'm trying to say. The old bulldozer. Just didn't come out. Jesus Christ, we're all the way across the room. Sorry. I was excited.
Woo!
Choo, choo, choo. That's a train, you dumb fuck. All right, just go before I make it more of an ass of myself.
Great. So it's Syene. I already forgot it.
Forgot what? Syene.
When the sun was directly above in Syene, there would be no shadow cast on the sundial. But just north in Alexandria at the same time on the same day, a shadow would be cast.
Yeah.
This was confirmation to him that the earth was indeed round, and he would measure it. I'm going to measure some shit. Hold on, is what I wrote.
Oh, I like it.
Something.
Beat me up, Scotty.
Something that by this point in time had already been common knowledge to astronomers, but the more proof the better, I always say. Variables that he could not know or observe at the time led to his calculations being slightly off, but he was in the ballpark. Think about it. He's doing this measurement in this experiment off of two sticks in the ground and measuring their shadows and the distance between them.
It's pretty fascinating.
He did it with two sticks in 240 BCE. Just saying.
What are you trying to say?
I'm just saying.
What are you trying to say?
Did it with two sticks and basic math.
Listen. If the Earth was round and we put a fucking stick down there and put a light at the tip of the stick and look through this hole.
Oh, fuck yeah. The Earth, but like I said, he was in the ballpark.
Yes.
The Earth is not.
Sorry.
The Earth is not a perfect circle, nor was Alexandria true north of Syene, nor was Syene perfectly at the equator, but all of this stuff was close enough to be close to accurate. His final number was that the circumference of the Earth was roughly 252 stades or stades. I've never known when I've learned that in history how to pronounce it because I've always read it. Stades. So it's an ancient form of measurement.
STDs.
It was very common back then. Yeah. Or between roughly in today's measurements, just because of the differences in history. That number was roughly between 24,663 miles to 27,967 miles. So basically,
a little off.
24,500 miles to 27,500 miles.
Actually, 6,000.
No, but
I'm just kidding. I don't really know.
But that's what his number translates to from stades to miles. Our number today that we have is 24,902. He was right on the fucking money.
Really?
Yeah. He was within 1,000 miles basically. But he could have been accurate depending on what that measurement was back then.
He did it with two sticks.
Yeah, but my point is he was right on the fucking money.
Yes, sir.
This calculation and test applied science and math to prove a theory, something tangible and able to be proved rather than a visual observation, such as the Earth's shadow during a lunar eclipse or the sailor's constant observation of a distant ship dropping below the horizon and not actually sinking. But the main takeaway is that way back in the ancient times, before space travel, before flight, before all of the technology and science we have today, before all of this with just shadows, eyes, and sticks, people could see and prove the Earth is a round celestial body just like the sun and moon that they can see above. I won't even go into the discovery of orbits and heliocentric star maps. That's for another time and another episode, because that's wild too. Because that's the whole debate of heliocentric versus geocentric. You know what I mean?
It's all false. The Earth is flat. We're the only thing out there.
You're wrong.
It just goes And goes and goes.
No. But let's talk about the basis of the theory in modern times here.
Okay.
Or slightly modern times.
All right.
We'll get there.
All right.
If you're like Josh and I,
Me and you?
yeah, you may believe in some out there things to the ordinary people.
A couple.
Aliens are becoming more accepted, but still taboo. Sasquatch, a conspiracy that we live in a simulation.
My dog.
Out there things. But one thing that I will not give a shred of credibility to is the flat earth theory. I guess I didn't hold back now that I read these. The flat earth theory seems to be more like a blatant misunderstanding and ignorance of basic fundamental science and astronomical concepts that allow us to understand ourselves in the universe and basically function in everything we do. Whoops. I wrote that and I thought I held back. I didn't. Don't get me wrong, I will level at them that we are not being told the truth by anybody in a position of power, and behind closed curtains, nameless people we do not even know exist do in fact run our world and orchestrate our lives, but
Reptilians.
the world is round.
The world is a vampire. Sorry, I don't know why that popped in my head. Fucking smashing those pumpkins, baby.
Destroy.
Sorry, please keep going.
Okay.
Josh sucks.
But the world is round, just like other celestial bodies subject to the forces of nature.
Yeah.
With all of that being said, the flat earth movement continues to grow in numbers and popularity. The popularity might be attributed to their constant experiments to prove the flatness of the world that time after time fail, such as the flashlight experiment, or when the guy made the homemade rocket to fly up and see if he could prove the curve was not real, and he got up there and he's like, it's curved. Would you look at that? How about that?
Hey, I want to say I'm proud of you for staying biased on this part.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Just kidding. I'm just
I tried to keep, I tried to ride the fence,
Yeah.
I rode the fence
my
for the
best
first
too.
minute, and then I...
Yeah. It's a sinking ship.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, this podcast isn't.
No. But
Just your life. Wait, what?
Jesus.
I'm kidding.
But getting down to the core of it,
Brass tacks. Let's get there.
pun intended, what is the flat earth theory? What do these people believe? Well, the running top theory is that the earth is actually a flat disk. In the center of the disk, you have the Arctic Circle, and the outer rim spans the whole of Antarctica, which is bordered by a rim of 150-foot tall ice wall, kind of like GOG.
Yep. Hey, is Jon Snow out there too?
Hopefully. Sounds crazy, right? Well, it is. They also believe,
It is.
they also believe that there exists an impenetrable dome over top of the earth called the firmament that holds in our atmosphere and prevents us from ever traveling to space. So sorry, folks. According to them, we've never been up there.
Yeah. Once we shoot a rocket up there, it disappears.
Yeah,
Don't know where it goes.
Like it just stays there.
Oh, guys, can I come down yet? Fucking hanging up here.
I wrote in here, talk about gravity. As Josh will further elaborate on, gravity does not exist in this flat earth model. He may elaborate on it. I don't know if he did. Did you?
In evidence.
Perfect.
Against.
Perfect.
But not for, really.
Well, this is...
I did, actually. I did.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to go too deep into it.
On
That's
both,
my whole
I
point.
did.
Okay.
We're good.
All right. He got deep in it on both.
Deep, nuts deep.
Gravity does not
only 1
exist.
inch, but that's fine.
Oh.
Kidding. I'm just...
Gravity does not exist in this flat Earth model. Instead, our planet, as well as the universe, is rocketing upwards at a rate of 9.8 meters squared per second. Meters per second squared.
That's one thing.
And this inertial force in actual... in this inertial force... Yep. And this inertial force
Welcome to
is
my head.
actually what pushes us.
What'd I say? How's this word go?
You know the words.
The?
They're just not coming out.
Exactly. Thank you.
This inertial force is actually what pushes us and all objects into the planet's surface. They call this universal acceleration. Now, their whole thing that the universe is rocketing upwards at a rate of 9.8 meters per second squared. Up is relative.
That is relative, but also this is a newer theory that we will. I touch on that.
Good. I'm glad. Yeah. When it comes to the moon and the sun, there are varying opinions on how they are explained. One theory says that the two objects we see on a daily cycle are actually spheres, both around 32 miles across, though, and rotate around our flat world 3,000 miles above the surface. So itty bitty, and a lot closer to Earth. Kind of stupid. Kind of stupid.
The models I saw had them rotating just circular, which then leads me to question, where's night?
Yeah.
How do we get night?
Where is night?
Yes. A lot of this gets talked about in the other two sections.
Right.
I do, just different.
That's why I just wanted to hit the
no.
basic of what they believe.
That's not what I was saying. I was just saying.
Okay.
I personally am not going to get into it until then.
Perfect.
Idiots. Sorry. Oh, that was right in the mic. I thought I turned away. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Stay biased.
Fuck me. Ah, yeah. Yeah. Oh, it could be. Could be.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe the moon's made of cheese.
Oh, it is actually.
Oh.
And the sun is where we get sun kiss.
Sunny D.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you, Sunny
You're
D.
welcome. Others think that the moon is like the stars in this model, just lights. I then went in to say, I'm losing mental capabilities trying to type all of this. Josh will now break down a more detailed list of evidence they provide to back up their claims.
Yeah, I read nonsense. I mean, I read page after page trying to figure this out, and I just... my brain almost exploded. I'm like, why are you doing this?
So committed.
It was. Now, throughout history, there have been multiple occasions of things once thought to be false that turned out to be true. So why can't the flat earth theory be one of them? See the bias part? I was trying to pretend like I was like, oh, this could be. Anyway, according to the Flat Earth...
Fat Earth.
the Flat Earth Society website. I did initials, and I was blanking on what the S meant. According to the Flat Earth Society website, there are several readily apparent proofs of the planet's flatness.
Yep.
The following information mostly came from their site, directly from this horse's mouth.
So did I. So go ahead.
So I went to the FAQ questions.
Yeah.
And yep. Okay. So,
Incredible.
what is some of the evidence you have? They're having a party out there, don't they?
I think it's someone's fighting.
Shit, let's go fucking... Someone come over and look at this.
We're all having a crusade.
Cat drinking out the bowl. All right. What is some of the evidence you have? I also want to, before I read this, they have so many typos. I thought I was bad.
Really?
I was like, what the fuck, guys?
It's classic.
And then
Classic.
I'm going to just get into this. There's a couple articles on there, and you can comment on the articles, and you have both flat earth believers and obviously non-flat earth believers doing an argument in these comment sections.
Great.
And the amount of you read it and it's like, who the hell wrote this? A toddler? What's going on here?
I don't make sense.
I don't know if it's just like, when you're angry and you start typing or writing something, like your words get jumbled sometimes and you're just like, fuck autocorrect. That might be it.
It emphasizes your point. I'm pissed.
I'm pissed. But regardless, we're going to...
No punctuation.
This is the fixed version of what I read.
Okay.
For the third time. What is some of the evidence you have? You as in the Flat Earth Society website. The horizon always rises to meet eye level, which is impossible on a ball Earth. The surfaces of bodies of water have been shown to be level. If the Earth was a globe, this would not be the case. There is no visible curvature to the horizon, even from airplanes. We don't even have, let's get the even in there, a full shot of the Earth rotating from space. One almost has to ask, is there any real evidence the Earth is a globe? Well, let's get into what they think. So we're going to talk about pictures from space. There are a plethora of resources available that show us we can't trust the photographic evidence from organizations such as NASA. Now, I will
level with them on that one.
That one, yes. There's been many cases where they've doctored photos. Actually, there's a Mars photo where if you look at it, they have a section that is exactly the same in the same photo, the same cracks in the... Anyways, many photos you can go through. We're not getting into it today, obviously, but yeah, they fucking doctor photos.
Yep.
And keep secrets. Now, some of the evidence that these should be discounted include constant changes in the depiction of the Earth, inconsistent lighting in moon footage, and other irregular. oh my God, this is an easy word. Why can't I say it?
Sound it out.
Irregularities,
There it is.
which are discussed in depth
Big word.
by those who believe the moon landing was a hoax. I'm sorry, I don't know why that word just like got me.
It's okay.
It got me.
It's like 6:30 in the morning to us.
got me.
It's all good.
And as far as the inconsistency of moonlight footage, it's already been proven that the reflection of the light coming from the Earth, reflecting back onto the moon, put a fuck up in the light. Fuck the word.
Yes.
Fuck the word today. I can't say it right now.
Can you
Like
use it in a sentence, please?
I've had 1.5 hours of sleep, and I'm not saying that word again. So yeah, that's what counts for some of that regular light. What's going on? Why is everything shaking? Was that you or me?
I think that time it was me. I will own up to it.
What about the ISS, the International Space Station?
What about it?
Satellites and astronauts. While one can see satellites in the sky at night, it is generally agreed upon that they are not actually satellites, but pseudo-lights or stroma-lights put there to fool us. And as for astronauts themselves, most flat earthers think they have been bribed or coerced into their testimonies. Some believe they have been fooled or even mistaken. These smart guys are going to like,
Losing.
oh my God, we're going
Brain
to space.
cells.
We're going to space. Okay, now what? Why aren't we floating? What's going on? I've been tricked.
See, here's the thing, is you've actually been brought up here to change the batteries in this light, because there's thus no way for us to get power up here other than batteries.
Damn it, Lennon, we've been swindled.
Classic.
Well, why would they lie about the shape of the Earth, though? Well, let's see what the website says.
Cool.
Their website lists 3 explanations for why people would lie about this shape of the Earth. To maintain legitimacy, shortly after faking the moon landing, NASA realized the reason they could not reach the moon was due to the flatness of the Earth. They were now stuck in a lie and have to continue the lie or lose legitimacy of our governments. Even today, we would still hold on to this lie due to the role science plays in our ruling governments. Bullshit.
It's just like,
Excuse me.
just a faint whiff of bullshit
Smell
there.
I've been smelling it this whole episode. To hide the truth of the Bible. Let's not get into that. Let's just, Lennon, we're going to piss off enough people that believe the earth is flat. I'll get into statistics later. To gain power and money.
Yeah.
But ready? By siphoning off the space budget and denying the world the resources of Antarctica, they gain a considerable amount of power and wealth. That's it. That's what they said. Okay. So what does the map of Earth look like then? And Lennon kind of discussed this already. I kind of left this in though. As evidence of the Earth being flat earthers point to the logo of the United Nations.
Yep.
The Earth is a round disk of indefinite dimensions. The geographical North Pole is located in the center of this disk, and the Antarctic lies around the outer edge.
Ooh.
Yeah,
They're putting it right in our faces.
motherfuckers. How can one circumnavigate the Earth then? Now how could one then circumnavigate the Earth? I said that twice.
How now, brown cow?
I read it twice. Sorry.
It's okay.
I wrote it twice, I meant. They would simply travel a circular path around the North Pole, of course. Now, I know I kind of get this in this, with evidence against, which I tailored back a little bit. If you're going around a disc, wouldn't you constantly be having to turn left or right, kind of like NASCAR? So therefore, you're not traveling straight. Anyways, I digress.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just thinking. That's all.
Well,
Just
think about
thinking.
it too. Is that you're not?
I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong.
You're definitely not wrong. I'm trying to apply logic to something that's illogical, and I'm not doing it. It
All right.
hurt.
Well, let's talk about seasons. They describe the reasons for our seasons as follows. Yes, I rhymed on purpose.
Tis the season.
Almost. I can't wait. The radius of the sun's orbit around the Earth's axis symmetry varies throughout the year, being smallest when summer is in the northern annulus and largest when it is summer in the southern annulus. Additionally, it also raises and lowers. This causes the effect of the sun appearing to move in a figure 8 throughout a year. Sure. Well, what about day, night, and sunrise and sunset then, right? Because, it's doing one of these.
Yeah.
This answered my question. I was satisfied with this answer, okay? The sun simply illuminates only a portion of the earth at a time. This also explains time zones, as we can then see the path of the sun, a circle above the earth. Flat earth, I'm sorry.
People are...
Still doesn't make sense.
No.
But I guess...
They're grasping.
There's... Can't you see a curvature from an airplane? Right? Well...
Yes, you can. I've been in one.
No. Even if the earth was a globe, this would be an impossibility. We have testimonies from several pilots saying that no curvature can be seen at commercial airline heights. It has been suggested that airplane windows serve to distort the view of passengers and make them believe they see curvature when indeed there is none. This is likely a ploy by early airline companies to sell more tickets.
Oh,
Lennon, please.
Yeah. See, I bought my ticket to go on my airplane specifically to see if the Earth was flat or round. Not to go to my honeymoon. Yeah. No, it was life changing to actually see it.
It's flat. It's flat.
I didn't give a shit about Mexico at all.
Beautiful.
The fun time I had there. It was more so just for the windows.
All right, let's get into a little gravity now, huh?
Oh, these people are... Yep.
I was letting you finish.
I was biased. Unbiased.
We haven't been unbiased this whole episode.
That's what you think.
All right. We went in with a good intention not to ridicule these people, and thus have ridiculed them over about 100 times already. So let's go 100 more. What is gravity? In the flat earth community, there are several theories as to why this happens. Some attempt to explain this with the use of mechanics like electromagnetism, density or pressure. Yeah. Others make use of traditional mathematics, such as the infinite plane model, and others a new look. This was word for word, sorry. Others a new look at the problem, such as the non-Euclidean model. Sorry. Infinite plane model. Let's look at that one first.
All right.
This is the idea that the Earth is an infinite plane with no edges apart from the landscape and geography. This is kind of what Lennon described earlier. It is a stationary geocentric Earth model. It has normal tectonic activity with micro and giga tectonic plates moving throughout the eons. Gravity is caused by mass and creates a finite pull. The non-Euclidean model. Non-Euclidean geometry is a branch of mathematics that deals with geometries that are not based on Euclidean axioms. The church people are pissed right now. Sanctuary. Sorry, my bad.
That was so aggressive out there, like always.
I know, but it sounds louder today.
It does sound louder today.
Everything sounds quieter in your house and louder outside. Anyways,
It sounds very loud today.
Euclid's axioms are a set of 5 statements that form the basis of Euclidean geometry, which is the study of flat surfaces. 1. A straight line segment can be drawn joining any 2 points. 2. Any straight line segment can be extended indefinitely in a straight line. 3. Given any straight line segment, a circle can be drawn having that segment as radius and one endpoint as center. 4. All right angles are congruent. And 7. If a line segment intersects 2 straight lines forming 2 interior angles on the same side that sum to less than 2 right angles, then the 2 lines, if extended indefinitely, meet on that side on which the angles sum to less than 2 right angles. This is actual math.
Yep.
And I'm laughing because it's like a run-on sentence.
From them.
No. This is actually my research. This is actually Euclidean geometry.
Got it.
So this was legit, like
I
math.
follow
This
now,
is
okay.
legit.
Got it.
But it just felt like a read-on sentence as I kept reading.
It's all good. It's all good.
That was a copy-paste of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Already.
Anyways, non-Euclidean. That was a weird laugh.
Oh.
That was a good one, Lennon. Anyways, non-Euclidean geometries are geometries that do not follow these axioms and can be used to describe curved surfaces such as spheres and hyperbolic surfaces.
Got it.
That's the non-Euclidean bullshit. I mean, theory.
Got it.
How about still in gravity, is the Earth accelerating upwards, as Lenin described earlier?
Actually, it's still accelerating downwards.
Either way, no. This is a popular theory among some small groups to explain gravity, but it is problematic at best.
Yeah.
The Earth is stationary. We are not whizzing about in space at 67,000 miles per hour or at speeds accelerating towards the speed of light. They actually had one thing that made sense, finally. All right, I give you that. But does gravity pull things into a sphere or sphere? Actually, it can be shown that the infinite plane would be a more stable form of gravity to pull things into. We're going to get on that later. Just hold your beans right now. As mentioned above, though.
All three of them?
All three of them. Sphere Earth gravity is a lie. Many will attempt to say raindrops form spheres due to gravity. Of course, this is ridiculous. When they
form lightning bolts.
like Harry Potter. When they do form spheres, which is a minority of the time, it is due to surface tension. I don't know the actual facts of raindrops, so I'm not even going to try to pick that apart, okay?
No, but you can see water droplets in slow motion.
We're not going to pick that apart. Nope, not going to happen.
It's big rounders trying to suppress them.
Is there an edge to the Earth? The Flat Earth Society, along with previous notable flatists, as they said, flatists. Okay, that's a new word. Such as Samuel Shenton and S. Robotham, believe there is no end to the Earth and that it continues indefinitely.
People are stupid.
The only edge to the Earth is the one you are standing on. Some math describing this can be found in our blog article, The Mathematics of the Infinite Earth. I would urge you to read it. I did not write about that. I did not write about that blog article, but good job, guys. You really tried hard with your math. What is the dome, the firmament, or the vault of heaven, as some call it?
It is like the Truman Show.
Yeah. I mean, Lennon, you touched on it, but
Yeah.
wow, the sleepy foot just went up my leg. It's now like on my thigh.
All of a sudden, you see, oh, wow.
Have you ever had a sleepy, your leg just all the way up to almost your nuts? Oh my God.
Never had it travel. But
Oh, yeah, there it goes. It's relaxing now. We're cool.
now it's up to my nipples.
Oh, that's nice. I like that, so I leave it.
Yeah,
Little nipple play, never heard it. I'm sorry. All right. That was... back to the dome, how about?
That's good. That's good.
Wait, it also has a double meaning.
Oh.
The area where we live on,
The areola?
the areola where we live on, the flat Earth is encased within a dome or a firmament. In some texts, it's also referred to the vault of heaven.
Gorgeous.
Some, or not some, there's not even the word some in there. It starts with an F.
Close enough.
Found in a very surprising amount of religions and societies. The area can be traced to Babylonian, Sumerian, Egyptian, and Christian worldviews. I know you discussed them. And likely a great many more. Even some Native American tribes were said to see the night sky like a tent. The stars were just little holes poked in the hide of the tent. Yeah, there you go. All right. Cool.
Cool.
I'm not going to say anything about that.
Cool.
We're going to move on to my final, or not my,
Hey.
their final point. Lunar eclipses and the shadow of the Earth.
Oh, God.
All right, this one's from a blog. All right, this is the only blog article I read that I was like, okay, I'm just going to write because I don't feel like a complete fucking idiot. I felt like a complete idiot, but I still wrote it. Does the shadow of the earth prove the earth is round? Here are their compelling reasons to think not. They use a passage from a book called 100 Proofs That the Earth is Not a Globe by William Carpenter. All right, what does old Willie have to say?
Willie's like, it's flat.
That's it.
Page
Done.
1. The end.
Yeah, look, there's a circle up there, but that's just the light. They want you to think it. The man's trying to keep you down. I don't know what kind of voice that was. The Newtonian hypothesis involves the necessity of the sun. In the case of a lunar eclipse being on the opposite side of the globular Earth to cast its shadow on the moon. But since eclipses of the moon have taken place with both the sun and the moon above the horizon, it follows that it cannot be the shadow of the earth that eclipses the moon. That the theory is a blunder, and that it is nothing less than a proof that the earth is not a globe. I think this is probably somebody that was like in the 12th century BC
Yeah.
that was writing this. It was not a blunder. The explanation for this given by actual scientists is that it has... I'm sorry, did I say actual? Explanation for this given for globe Earth-believing scientists, excellent, is that it has been caused by refraction. But then we get hit with another quote, this time from a man named Robotham. Sorry.
Yeah, talk about him a little bit.
Robotham. From the book that they didn't name on a page called 102.
Sweet.
Yep. An object by refraction is bent upwards, but the shadow of the object is bent downwards, as will be seen by the following very simple experiment. Take a plain white shadow. Well, it's not shadow, you dumb fuck. Take a plain white shallow basin.
Okay.
And place it 10 or 12 inches from a light. Not exactly 10, not exactly 12. 10 or 12 inches from a light. In such a position.
So 11?
In such a position that the shadow of the edge of the basin touches the center of the bottom. Hold a rod vertically over and on the edge of the shadow to denote its true position. Now, let water be gradually poured into the basin, and the shadow will be seen to recede or shorten inward or downwards. But if a rod or a spoon is allowed to rest, when its upper end, I got verklempt, with its upper end towards the light and the lower end towards the bottom of the vessel, it will be seen as the water is poured in to bend upwards. Thus proving that if refraction operates at all, it would do so by elevating the moon above its true position and throwing the earth's shadow downwards, or directly away from the moon's surface. Hence it is clear that the lunar eclipse by a shadow of earth is utterly impossible. Is an utter impossibility.
Sounds like these people just got like their My First Science experiment book, and they were just like trying like page 34. Let's try the refraction. And they're like, this can be it. Page 36. This can be it. Like they're just throwing shit at the wall.
Let's get a fucking, let's put a hole here. Let's put a light over there. And where's the light? Can you raise that up 6 feet?
Classic.
It's a flat earth. I don't believe this experiment. It's too scientific for me. So with all that said, we all love a good conspiracy. Lennon?
Fucking A right. Well, let's recap. In the 2nd century BCE and slightly before, using basic simple tools in mathematics, the Earth was proven to be round.
What?
Everything we see from Earth in the cosmos is round and spherical. Evidence on our own ground continues to prove the Earth is round. Evidence that Earth is flat seems extremely far-fetched and grasping. With all of this stacked against them, this is the perfect breeding ground for a conspiracy. Why do they refuse the knowledge provided and instead deem it a lie and feel that they are repressed? Because it's cool to belong to a club.
I want to belong to a club. I do. Move on. Never mind.
There you go.
And I'm a lord, so I belong to 2 clubs. Thank you.
Honestly, though, think about it. Any hobbies, any sports teams, religions, societies, cults, book groups, all throughout history, this feeling of belonging to a similar like-minded group of individuals fulfills a part of us inside that unites us with others around and makes you feel like you belong.
I belong.
This is the way with anything, not just flat earthers, but it helps to provide an understanding of why these people are so steadfast in their beliefs.
You just channeled your fucking Mandalorian. This is the way.
This is the way.
The way you said that. This is the way.
Oh, I did. I can't wait to listen. You are not threatening their beliefs. You are challenging their sense of purpose and belonging.
Oh,
not to say that they don't actually believe this stuff, because they really do, but that the group aspect really solidifies their beliefs.
what you're saying is they don't belong.
A little bit. But they feel like they belong. Everybody does if you're in a group. Like Bills. You belong with them. The Bills Mafia. Have you ever jumped into a picnic table? A folding table?
I fucking hate that.
Have you done it? You done it?
I have not. And if you go to the games, they make this huge deal like that's what all Bills fans do. And it's like, no.
I know it's not.
Most of them actually don't. Actually, most think it's fucking stupid. You look like an idiot jumping onto a table. But hey, let's just group us all in there with these fucking idiots. I bet you they believe in a flat earth too.
All right, I touched a sore subject. But my point is the same, is that you go and support them like-mindedly. And you belong to them. I belong to my team. That's probably going to get crushed in about a half hour.
I'm about to abandon them. Not really. There's too much. It's a love-hate relationship.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You'll stand by them through their best and their worst.
Yeah.
But at their worst, you're like, can you guys just make me happy once?
Yeah. But child, like listening to fucking talk radio and how fancy radio and all these radio shows that say like Josh Allen's broken, and it's like the guy leads like the league or is in top 5 in a lot of categories. Yeah. If he's broken, god damn it, I don't want him to be right.
Exactly.
What the fuck?
Fuckers. Anyway.
He's broken. He's the top fantasy quarterback right now as of recording.
Exactly. You got him?
But he's broken. I do got him.
Is that a boy?
In one of my 5 leagues. Two of my 5 leagues.
There you go.
I got to say, I'm 5-2 in a lot of them. So.
I kind of did something.
Ooh.
Welcome, Josh Allen, everybody. Dude, you would shit your pants.
I wouldn't, though. He's just a person.
Yeah, but a cool person.
He's a big boy. He's a big boy. If he's standing next to me right now, his crotch would probably be right here.
Oh, he's really
like
tall?
6'5".
No shit.
Yeah.
And you're like, what, 4'11"?
Well, I'm sitting, asshole.
Well, not wrong. Anyways, I digress. Josh Allen's cool. I don't support him. You are not threatening their beliefs. You are challenging.
You are. You're threatening them. Sorry.
You are not threatening their beliefs. You are challenging their sense of purpose and belonging. Not to say that they don't actually believe this stuff, because they really do, but that the group aspect really solidifies their beliefs. The Flat Earth Society's very own webpage itself writes, quote, word for word, the Flat Earth Society mans the guns against oppression of thought.
Sorry.
You're good.
Repeat.
Oppression of thought and the globularist lies of a new age. Standing with reason, we offer a home to those wayward thinkers that march bravely on with reason and truth in recognizing the true shape of the earth, flat.
Oh, wow.
If that doesn't say exactly what I just said, I don't know what does. But with that being said, the conspiracy aspect does fuel their fire. Now, how did this become such a conspiracy? It starts with step 1.
They fell off a ladder.
Yes.
Hit their head.
Exactly.
Sorry.
The flux capacitor came around, and it starts with step 1, as every conspiracy does, a branch in thinking.
Well, that's very, very, very true.
A person has a new thinking on something and wants to share it with the world. This thinking may challenge well-known ideas or knowledge, like in this case, and it feels like a cool dude move to go against the grain and be different. In our case, many people throughout history had this branch thinking that the accepted spherical and heliocentric model of the Earth and our solar system was false.
False.
People such as Orlando Ferguson, a man from South Dakota who in 1893, I don't know why I went southern, developed a map depicting a square and stationary Earth.
Oh.
Using his literal interpretation of the Bible, he developed a map with 4 corners and an angel stationed at each.
That's your first problem.
he put forth the thinking that the sun was 30. He put forth the thinking that the sun was 30 miles wide, and it was a sphere that rotated 3,000 miles overhead. Or you have Samuel Burley Robotham,
Oh, my boy.
the founder of the Flat Earth Society, who in the early 1800s, the English inventor put forth a Bible passage interpretation of his new Earth model that he called Zetetic Astronomy.
Idiotic astronomy. Got it.
Pretty much. In this system, he put forth knowledge that it is the foundation. My foot's asleep now, too.
Yeah, let's see who travels up your
traveling.
leg. You turned into an old prospector. I was traveling. It's that time of year again.
Hey.
No, I'm going to get you a pick. So when we make a joke, you just, nothing. Just look at the camera. Oh, mama.
Oh, yeah. So in this system, he put forth the knowledge that is the foundation for the theory today.
Yeah.
The Earth is flat,
Yeah.
the Arctic Circle is at the center, and the ice wall around the edge, sun, moon, and stars mere thousands of miles above the Earth.
False.
Exactly.
Sorry.
So this is your branch thinking, step one. Now, step two, growth in thought and size. Now,
There's a lot of growth in this size. There's a lot of size in this growth. That's what I meant to say. Well,
now you have the idea. What were you going to say?
I wasn't going to say anything.
All right.
I just fucked up.
It's okay. So step two, growth in thought and size. Now you have the idea out there, and like a nice apple crisp, you have to let it cook. Over time, more and more people will learn about this branch thinking, and in turn, those who might develop it, those who stay might develop it and add to it or subtract to it or have a different explanation for things that maybe your crap didn't stick to the wall to, but they got some Scotch tape to put it on.
Well, I feel dumber, but I'm now hungry for some apple crisp.
Fucking, I'd crush an apple crisp.
Yeah.
Like a whole pie.
Cheese. Put it on warm, putting it on some vanilla ice cream. Creme de la creme. Mwah.
Oh, my God. You don't tempt me. And so it develops. In 1884, when Robotham died, his Zetetic Astronomy followers developed the Universal Zetetic Society in 1884. The society would then spread to the United States, to Zion, Illinois, mainly.
It's like a fucking disease.
A little bit.
Sorry.
A little bit like venereal disease.
It's an STD.
Yep.
Got it. What's it called again?
Zetetic
Yep, that sounds like
Astronomy.
Just stop there. Sounds like a goddamn STD.
You know, we really shouldn't. I got the Zetetics back. The medicine didn't work.
I don't care. I believe the earth is flat too. All right, let's go.
So it spread to Zion, Illinois mainly, where it would cultivate and grow further under Christian Catholic Episcopal Church founder John Alexander Dowie, followed by Wilbur Glenn Voliva. When Voliva died in 1942, the church quickly declined. Flat Earth thinking in Zion would diminish gradually in popularity into the 1950s. But just as all hope seemed lost, in 1956, Samuel Shenton stepped in like Luke Skywalker and formed the International Flat Earth Society and breathed fresh air into the dying corpse of a thinking.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you, sir.
Yep. Do we thank him now?
We wouldn't have content if it wasn't for him.
Thank you for the episode, guys. I know your whole life is built around this, but thank you for our episode.
Yeah. It's not total bullshit.
Yeah.
I had a dumb laugh. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. And the society has grown with the times ever since and holds strong today. Now, step 3, friction.
Oh, there's a lot of friction here.
There is. Adding the spices of against the conventional thinking.
Please don't talk about ass.
I won't then. Wasn't planning on it.
Apple crisp. Don't talk about apple crisp.
All right.
I almost said ass crisp.
Woo!
After the shower this morning, I got a crisp ass. Oh, not really. That's not true.
Oh, man.
About the shower.
Great. Adding the spices of against the conventional thinking helps to grow the exclusiveness. Looking for the clues to prove that your way of thinking is more enlightened and smarter than others, that seeing through lies and deception truly helps your cause. Things were looked at throughout history to prove that the flat Earth model was the accurate model and that the powers at work have repressed it. Things such as the United Nations logo, which we already touched on.
Touched it.
Another is the Antarctic Treaty of 1959, which they believe was a worldwide effort to stop people from ever reaching the ice wall and discovering the truth. In reality, though, the Antarctic Treaty was to keep Antarctica sovereign and free of militarization, military tests, and unable to be claimed by any country. It was purely to be used as internationally as scientific research means and to be untainted by waste and land disagreements. The treaty was originally signed by 12 countries with scientific vested interest in the research to be conducted there and was put into effect in 1961, which now it is signed by 56 countries.
We want this land to stay untainted, so let's just dig it up and discover some shit, huh?
Well, yeah, they're doing scientific tests. Like,
Yeah.
we're discovering a lot of cool shit about the ice down there.
Ah, I know we are.
Yeah. But that reminds me that there might be more going on with those scientific tests than we have been told. I'll talk to you about that on a different episode.
It's a different episode.
That is a good episode. They claim that NASA faked all missions and photos to do this. They claim that NASA faked all space missions and photos to this day, and cite the fact that planes can't fly over Antarctica. Now, if they use their GPS to get from work to their local crazy station, they already proved themselves incorrect. And above all else, the biggest factor in the friction step is the herd. You are going against the herd. You are smarter than those around you to see the truth. This gives them power and strength in their claims, no matter how wild. They will find an explanation for whatever random idea they throw out there because of this power. By the end, you will have an idea that is supported by a large mass of people who feel they are empowered enough to know the truth and have the answers at their disposal to prove to you their idea. Conspiracy 101.
So much I want to say about that.
Yeah.
It sounds like many groups out there nowadays. Anyways.
Conspiracy 101.
All right.
It's a group.
It's thrown to me.
It is.
Well, with much of the supposed evidence laid out in an attempt to create some sort of proof that the Earth is flat, we're now going to look at the evidence for the Earth being a globe.
No!
Oh, God. I'm sorry, peeps. Let's talk about the observing of ships on the horizon. When a ship sails off towards the horizon, it doesn't just get smaller and smaller until it's not visible anymore. Instead, the hull seems to sink below the horizon first, then the mast second. This is due to the curvature of the fucking Earth. Satellite images that are fake.
Some of them are.
We can see the Earth's curvature through satellites that we've launched into space. But it's not a perfect sphere. Yeah, but
It's
the pixel, no.
No, I mean, the Earth isn't.
The Earth isn't a perfect sphere.
Right.
But in the pictures, it looks like a perfect sphere. It's because the pixels in the actual picture can't do it justice because it's so... One pixel is like... I can't remember how many miles it was. 300 miles? One pixel is like a fucking shit ton of miles.
Yeah.
Anyways. Keep going, Josh. Star constellations. Different constellations are visible from different latitudes. For example, the Big Dipper is always visible at latitudes of 45 degrees north or higher. But below 25 degrees south, you can't see it at all. This makes sense if you imagine the Earth as a globe.
A pancake.
Yeah, a square. Gravity.
I think this guy was just looking at a map.
Gravity. Son of a bitch. The map is square or rectangular. Therefore, the Earth is rectangular, has 25 sides. Done. Finished. I concluded my scientific endeavors. Gravity. There is a very deep fundamental reason why the Earth is round.
Yep.
The force of gravity depends upon the distance between two interacting objects. And the only three-dimensional object you can make with a single distance is a sphere.
And a rectangle.
What?
I saw and a rectangle.
Well, now we can. Yep. The theory of gravity as we understand it, is inconsistent with the concept of the flat Earth. Here's why. Gravity pulls towards the center of mass. In a spherical Earth, gravity pulls everything towards the center of the planet. That's why everything falls straight down. On a flat Earth, gravity would still pull towards the center of the mass, which would be in the middle of the disk. Now let's think of that for a second before I read my next line. How would that work if everything is being pulled to the center of this disk?
Yeah, it would be pulled into North Pole. That's what they would think if that was the case.
Yes, basically. This means that as you moved away from the center, things would start to slant and feel as if you were going up a hill, and it was getting steeper and steeper and steeper until your gravity would have to be like this at the end of the disk because it's pulling that way.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, that seems about how our world works. So orbits, the way that planets move around the sun, can only be explained with gravity in a spherical Earth. Planets, including Earth, move in elliptical orbits around the sun due to its gravitational pull. This wouldn't be possible with a flat Earth. I'm sure they have some witty response saying, well, it doesn't do that. Weight differences. On a spherical Earth, your weight is slightly less at higher altitudes, like on a mountain, than it is at sea level. This is because you're further from the center of the Earth. This is consistent with our understanding of gravity. On a flat Earth, there would be no difference in weight due to altitude. I'm not hearing anything that's convincing me yet, so let's talk about travel. We can also use transportation as evidence of a global Earth.
The windows are bent.
Circumnavigation. This is the process of traveling around the Earth along a single path. This has been done many times in history by ships and planes. If the Earth were flat, these journeys would not be possible as they are. Instead, they would require a constant change in direction to stay on the path around the edge of the flat Earth. But in reality, you can travel in a relatively straight path and eventually end up back where you started.
Yep.
Flight paths. The paths that airplanes take also show that the Earth is round. How? Okay. Long-haul flights often take a route that looks curved on a flat map of Earth, but is actually the shortest distance between 2 points on a sphere. Or a great circle, as I wrote. This wouldn't make sense on a flat Earth. Well, let's talk about time zones, and they talked about it. Let's talk about it here.
We'll talk about it.
As you travel from east to west, the local time changes regularly. If the Earth were flat, we would experience daylight and darkness at the same time everywhere on Earth. But we know this isn't the case.
Yep.
When it's morning in New York, it's evening in Tokyo. All right, maybe you're still not convinced. Let's talk about the polar expeditions. Expeditions to both the North and South Poles have been undertaken numerous times. If the Earth were flat, there would be no poles. Instead, there would be an edge or a boundary of some sort. I get it. I see, listeners, I see through your radios. You're still confused. You still don't believe it. You're calling bullshit. Let's talk about eclipses. We can use both solar and lunar eclipses to provide compelling evidence that the Earth is a sphere. Let's start with the lunar eclipse.
Do it.
Lunar eclipses occur when the Earth moves between the sun and the moon, casting a shadow on the moon. The shadow of the Earth on the moon is always round.
Yeah.
Regardless of the angle at time or time at which you view it. This round shadow is consistent with a spherical object. If the Earth were flat, it would cast a flat, elliptical shadow on the moon. Let's go to solar eclipses. A solar eclipse occurs when the moon moves between the Earth and the sun, casting a shadow on the Earth. Observations during solar eclipses also support a spherical Earth. The path of totality, area where the sun is completely blocked by the moon, is always a narrow track across the Earth's surface. This is due to the curved shape of the Earth. I get it. I'm going to make one last point here. I'm going to try to bit my case on this, okay? Shadow lengths. The ancient Greeks used observations of eclipses to conclude that the Earth was round over 2,000 years ago. Lennon, I know you described this. I didn't realize that when I wrote this.
You're fine. That's what I'm just saying. It's really driving the point home.
During a lunar eclipse, they noticed that the Earth's shadow on the moon was curved. Mm-hmm. Additionally, they observed that during the solar eclipse, shadows of vertical objects like sticks or columns in different locations had different lengths. Mm-hmm. This could only be explained if the Earth's surface was curved. Now, lastly, everything, literally fucking everything, this has all been disproven for centuries. It boggles my mind that 16% of the population, and even more shocking, 33% of all millennials believe the Earth is flat. Why are you trying to bring us backwards? It's attention. It's got to be for attention. I'm sure you all know what our thoughts are by now.
Yeah.
But in case you don't, let's discuss it in final thoughts. We've presented the facts. It's time now to examine the evidence and give our theories. So pull up a chair for our final thoughts. Science. All right, this might be a quick one. So, in my dojo, though, Lennon, you go first. Soon that'll actually be true, my dojo.
No.
Okay. All right. Earth is spherical. All right, we're done.
Great. Beautiful.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
Well, anything else to add to that?
Nope. These people are special.
Stop it. That's not nice, idiots. So,
you're right, though. It is probably an attention thing. But it's also like I'm sure they do have some fanatics that actually do believe in that shit.
You made a good point about
The cult mentality,
cults and wanting to belong to something.
Yeah.
It is
probably something
that drives a lot of our actual not activities, but our decisions in life is the feeling of belonging, the feeling of love, acceptance, and if it makes them happy, it doesn't affect our day. Honestly, as much as we've joked and ridiculed them.
Believe what you want. You're welcome to believe what you want.
It's just like religion, politics, all that shit. Believe what you want. Yeah. But, don't fucking
push it.
Yeah. If we don't believe it.
Don't push it, buddy.
If we don't believe something, we don't want to be pushed. Therefore, I'm not going to push on them, you fucking. Throughout our history on this planet, there have been many things people have believed, been laughed at for, or punished for believing, and then proven to have been right. Maybe this is one of those scenarios. But for Lennon and I, we will stick to the side of the unequivocal truth that the Earth is a sphere. And that's our theory. And we're sticking to it. Now, Maestro, hit him with that outro so we can stop ridiculing these people. I didn't realize what I wrote there when I said the last
It's all good. It's all good. Oh, man. Ladies, gentlemen, and squatches and round earthers, once again, thank you so much for listening to the Don't Touch My Sasquatch podcast. If you like what you're hearing and would like to support us, check out our Patreon, where we have a back catalog of bonus content for you to enjoy, as well as multiple other perks. Head over to our website for our dope merch selection and combo it with the Patreon and get a discount on your purchase. You can reach us on Facebook and Instagram, as well as through our email at dtscast@gmail.com. Share your thoughts. Tell us what piece of evidence you cite as evidence that the Earth is round.
Or flat.
Round. Check out our YouTube to see the glorious work Josh puts out over with the video edition each episode, and be sure to like the video and subscribe while you're there. Links to all are in the show notes below, or in the show notes in general. And right now, while you're listening, drop us a nice 5-star rating. This helps us to grow and you to receive more awesome content. For Josh, great unbiased opinion, and for me,
you too.
I should have tried harder. But for now, remember to stay curious, be vigilant, and don't touch my Sasquatch.
Don't do it. He believes we're in a snow globe, actually.
Well, it's not a map.
True. Oh, somebody barking. They're going woof, 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 bow, bow, woof, bow, bow, bam.
Oh. I was slow on that one. At Siena at midday, I think it's Siena or Sien.
What is it spelled?
Syene.
Hey, you're talking to the wrong person here.
Why'd you ask?
For the listeners, they can correct you. Siena.
Let's do some quick Googling. See, and
Here's the Earth. Round.
Oh, how to pronounce? Give me pronounce.
Yeah. Little commercial.
Directly down a well.
I thought.
Oh,
Also knew that at the same time, it was not shining straight down in Alexandria. Straight down in Alexandria. Not shine. It was not that at the same time.
it's right here.
Is this DJ Lennon?
Sain. Down a well in the city of Sain at noon. He also knew that
Sain.
Sain. It was like DJ Lennon.
That was so good.
How do we get night?
Where is night?
Yes. My fucking foot's asleep. And I got caught. My nipple. I don't think we have to be quiet anymore.
No, we don't. Like,
we gave enough pause.
I've made it work sometimes with less.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Fucking people are stupid. Oh, God. You know what time it's?
Was it?
You know what time it's almost. You do what you gotta do. When we ended, how do we do it?
We usually, yeah. 1, 2. Akabaka.
Akabaka.
Akadaka. 1,
Goodbye.
2. Is it time for the snarf again? Don't you do it. Don't you do it. It's the snarf. Snarf.
Did you see that?
No, but it sounded juicy.
The demon in me. Fucking. Oh.
That's a great shot.
My mouth forgot how to work.
You get that sometimes.
And it's all over me. Yeah, it's called bukkake.
I fucking love him with all of my heart. Fuck. Well, we're going to just take it right back. And fucking tomorrow's Monday. I know. The weekend's just gone.